Alright, so in this video I'm going to be covering a few new places off the 395 and a couple places we went on the last trip but we didn't get much footage of. So check out part 2 to Highway 395. We started off making our first stop Convict Lake, since last time the Convict Lake area was closed because of the wildfires. And this time it wasn't quite winter season, but there was a little bit of snow in the mountains, so it made it a different scenery from the last times we went. So me and my family decided to do the 3-mile loop hike, which is pretty cool because you're just hiking in one big loop around the lake, so you get some pretty cool views and just a pretty peaceful, nice hike. I will admit that 3 miles did seem like it was going and ongoing and ongoing and last forever, but it was an adventure the whole time and it was something to see, something to do. So I highly recommend Convict Lakes. Back on the road, we're heading up to our room in Mammoth Lakes, which was a good thing. It was only a few miles away. Decided to stop at a local grocery store, grab some groceries, and get ready to pack it in because it did get dark early around this season. It wasn't like last time where we had the daylight savings. So we're going to go ahead and call it an early night, let you guys know what's going on with the game plan tomorrow. So day 2 we decided to leave our room early and drive up to Mammoth Mountain. Wanted to get on the gondola ride. Even though there was snow around, we wanted to go to the top of the mountain to get a view of all the snow and be able to play in a lot of snow. So that's what we're doing on this trip. It wasn't too busy, surprisingly, because it gets extremely busy up there. But I think since it was just the first little taste of snow and it wasn't super icy, there wasn't so many skiers and it wasn't so crazy at this time. Now, I will admit the first time we went on the gondola ride, the experience was a lot different. It was fall, it was really windy, and the factor of heights kicked in. So this time it was really smooth. Being able to see the snow and the ice, it was just a beautiful ride. First time was cool, but I didn't like the way the wind was blowing that thing, man. So we made it to the top, 11,080 feet, if I'm not mistaken. But this wasn't our first time up, but it was the first time with snow, so it was pretty special. But the inside was closed, and I did not like that. The first time we went up, there was a lot inside. There was telescopes where you can see the different peaks, the different mountains. There was animal fur. There was ram horns. There was so much to see, different type of rocks, even little pebbles and specks of gold found in mines. Just a lot for the kids to do and a lot for them to learn about this area and this particular part of the land. The gondola ride, took the family. Unfortunately, inside was closed. There's a lot of different things you can see, from ram horns to bear fur, natural animal fur, telescopes so you can look through the peaks. You can even see Yosemite National Park. After leaving Mammoth Mountain, we decided to head back to the hot geological site you might recognize from video 1, but was closed due to the wildfires. This time we were able to walk all the way down to the trail and get a good look at everything. Now we definitely gonna have to come back to the wild trout area and do some fly fishing. I told the boys we're gonna get some fishing poles and get ready for this, and it's gonna be a new sport, a new challenge, and something different for us to do. So I'm pretty excited about coming back for the future and doing that. It is catch and release, so it's not all about catching and fishing, cooking them, but it's just more so for the sport and just something fun to do. After leaving the hot geological site in the fly fishing ranch area, we were heading back to the room and we noticed so many cars just on pullouts because there's so much snow in Mammoth. And this isn't even winter season, but there's so many spots with snow to play in. We just decided to pull over and play in the snow for a little bit. Heading back to the room just to play some board games, drink some hot chocolate, all that fun stuff. It's supposed to be pretty cold tonight, so we're gonna end day 2 like that. Alright, rise and grind, my people. This is day 3, the final day. We're getting ready to pack it up and check out this room. We're gonna make some stops on the way home. We're definitely gonna stop at Convict Lake one more time, and we got some plans to make a few stops off the 395 on the way back home as well. Up early at Convict Lake on our way out. It's been real peaceful up here. It hasn't been too busy. A little snow on the mountaintops. So we've really been taking advantage of coming to Convict Lake this trip. And just enjoying the peaceful water stream and getting the kids out. Where are you going? You gotta jump in the water. It's too cold right now. In the summer, maybe. Alright, after leaving Mammoth Lakes on the 395, we were in a town called Bishop. Bishop has the portal into ancient bristlecone pine forest. Now, I've definitely been wanting to check this place out for a while now. The first time I ever went up the 395 to Mammoth, I noticed a sign, and just saying ancient caught my eye. So this time we didn't have a whole lot of time, but we decided to try to make a stop. It was a ways up the mountain, so it definitely took about a whole another hour off the 395. But it was worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this footage of the ancient bristlecone pine forest. Did I forget to mention it was a ways up? I mean, this thing was a ways up. The further we went up, the stranger it got. The trees started to look different, even some weird looking dried berries on some trees. I definitely want to research that. Then about a couple of miles to ancient bristlecone, there was a pullout of an overlook. I mean, this overlook, you can see all the mountains. You got telescopes where you can look at, see all the names of the mountains, like Mount Nubo, Mount Whitney. It shows the elevation, even the north end of Death Valley behind the mountain, showing you that. It was pretty amazing. My son enjoyed it, and it was definitely a little rest area and some great views. Very epic. So with a little bit more elevation to go, we finally made it to the ancient bristlecone pine forest. So finally making our way into the ancient bristlecone pine forest, there's two trails you can take. One that's 2 miles and one that's 5 miles. Me being the adventurous I am, I wanted to do the 5-mile trail because it has access to the oldest tree in the world, which is 5,000 plus years old. But I had to keep in mind I had my kids with me. They were tired. That's way too much. So it didn't work out that way. But I did get pictures and videos of the trees I could get. We did a small little walk, just kind of scrambled the area. Like I said, when you do these trips, one time is never enough. We're definitely going to have to come back, but I will show you video and pictures of the trees I did get. That's pretty amazing. The older they get, there's no leaves. They start to twist and spin and spiral, and they're smooth. I mean, this is crazy. And these trees are 2,000, on average 2,000 years old. So it's something very cool that you can say you were able to touch and see some of these old ancient trees. So I definitely recommend it. So that does it for this trip, and closing this one out, I will say this is the last video of 2020. This is the last trip of 2020, and I'm editing this video in 2021. And we all know 2020 was a hard year, but let's be real, the year does not change anything. We have to change ourselves and change our mindset. It's tough times, but on a positive note, I do want to talk about all the great things that happened in 2020. With every obstacle thrown, I was able to spend more time with my family and my kids than I've ever done. We went to 3 national parks. With school and all the fast-paced things, slow down what's really important, and it's time together. So we got to do better, man, and we got to better ourselves, because the higher-ups and the people in power ain't going to do it for us. So I'm going to close that out like that. I want to say I love y'all. Remember to cherish your life, love your life, and I'll see you on the next video in the next year, 2021. And let's make it happen. Peace.